to this week's episode of Her Heritage. Woo! We're back. And it is, of all things, November 1st. Can you guys believe that we only have 2 months left in 2017?
Crazy.
Oh my word. That is
it went by really fast.
Oh my word, it did go by so fast. And now, November 1st, which is this Wednesday when we post this, it is coming into the holiday season. And Ashley and I just love everything about the holidays, about Thanksgiving and Christmas and celebrating and all the little things that go along with that. And we thought, well, how should we start November out? And so we decided we are going to start November with a challenge. And we hope you guys join us with that challenge. And that is to tap into your creative side. I've heard so many people say that they don't have a creative side or they don't like to be creative, and I sometimes think we sell ourselves short when we don't tap into our creative side.
True.
What do you think?
I know I've done that for years. I'd be like, oh, I'm not creative, I can't be used at being creative. But I've been learning that I actually am creative in a different way. It might not be like everybody else's level of creative, but I still have creative things.
Yes. And so the verse that we are going to focus on for this month is, and I gotta find it, so talk to them while I find it, Ash.
Talk to them.
Talk.
I got put on the spot right now, didn't I? How are you? Hope you're having a great day so far.
So I found it. So our verse is Psalm 46:10, and it is, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth." Psalm 46:10. And the reason we chose that verse is sometimes when we go to tap into our creative side, a lot of times it just takes being still and know. And we've been talking a lot lately about being creative in the gifts that we give to other people. So often we're so quick to buy into what the world talks about us giving gifts that we just have to go to the store and buy them something. But I really think that we could tap into our creative side and begin to create gifts and make things out of nothing. And we thought this first episode would be about poetry. And why poetry, we don't know, but that's what we're going to focus on, and we hope you guys join us. You know, a lot of times, poetry and writing something for somebody else, it can do one of two things. It can either get you really frustrated, or it can help you realize your true feelings for somebody else. And so I had to laugh so hard because I have never received a poem from my husband. And we've been married for 27 years, and I made a joke months and months and months ago about that he's never written me a poem. And all of a sudden, like just a few days later, I get a poem. Now, this is the poem that I got, and I'm going to read it to you guys. And he wrote, I still crack up at it. "Cynthia, Cynthia, Cynthia, when you are near, I have dyspnea. You have the freshness of the Frisia of India. You speak with the power of Pythia. For this poem, you need the Principia of Trivia."
I didn't even understand any of it. Wow, good job, Dad!
So, I just cracked up laughing, but when I read the word dyspnea actually means shortness of breath. And so I was like, oh, that actually worked. And what he did when he wrote this poem for me is he looked up words that rhyme with Cynthia. So
That's awesome.
So maybe it'll take you writing a poem for somebody where you look up the rhyming words to their name or something that goes along with that, because as cute as this is and as precious, I hold it so dear to my heart. I mean, it hangs on my desk where I can read it all the time. And so we started thinking, well, our challenge this month to you is either to read poetry or to begin to write poetry for others.
Yeah, it's not as hard as you think it is. I remember my mom used to have me try to write poetry. I had to write it in school, and I hated it. I never thought I was good at it. I thought that I couldn't do it. And then just this past April, when I was in my counseling school, they were like, you have to write a poem about your life. And so I wrote one. I don't know where it's at. I have to go see if I can find it. But it was about like just different things in our life, and I sent it to my family. And so, yeah, it was crazy how much I enjoyed writing poetry and how much I actually did it after that. So it's fun.
So as mothers and daughters, or mothers and just daughters this month, start thinking about poetry and writing poetry. And Ashley and I thought we would share some of our favorites throughout the years. So Ashley, you go ahead and share yours while I find mine.
Okay. One of my favorite poems ever is called Animal Crackers. It's by Christopher Morley.
And tell everybody why that's so special to you. Oops, I bumped the camera. Sorry, folks.
It's especially, I just remember you always said it was your favorite poem.
And
It's your grandma's.
your grandma Yoder, see, her heritage, that's why we're doing this. You all have a heritage. Find out things like that from your moms and stuff, little things. Your grandma Yoder memorized this poem when she was 5 years old.
Okay.
And so you then memorized it for a book club that we were doing.
I did. I don't remember the whole thing anymore, but I remember a little bit. Do you want me to start?
Yes.
Okay, so Animal Crackers by Christopher Morley. Animal crackers and cocoa to drink. That is the finest of suppers, I think. When I grow up and can have what I please, I think I shall always insist upon these. What do you choose when you're offered a treat? When mother says, what would you like to eat? Is it waffles and syrup or cinnamon toast? It's cocoa and animal crackers that I love the most. The kitchen's the coziest place that I know. The kettle is singing, the stove is aglow. And there in the twilight, how jolly to see the cocoa and animals waiting for me. Daddy and mother dine later in state, with Mary to cook for them, Susan to wait. But they don't have nearly as much fun as I, who eat in the kitchen with nurse standing by. And Daddy once said he would like to be me, having cocoa and animals once more for tea.
That's such a sweet one.
I like that one.
I like that one too. And before I read mine, I wanted to also read a statement out of this book called The Roar on the Other Side. It's a really great poetry book, if you want a great book to help you begin to write poetry and you want some helps. It says, our Creator God asks us to be still and know that I am God. Not many people practice being still. Even young children today seem to have sprouted headphones. If we cultivate the art of inner quiet and develop habits to nurture the mind's green fields, we will hear the melodies of heaven. And a lot of times that's all it takes, is for you to be still and know and ask God to help you quiet your heart and quiet yourself down so that you can hear what He's trying to speak through you for others, because that's what we're here for on this earth. We're here for others, and we're not here for just ourselves. Okay, well, I'm going to read mine, and my first one, I actually have two of them that I'm going to read. The first one is The Donkey by G.K. Chesterton, and the reason I like this one, I'll tell you at the end. The Donkey. When fishes flew and forests walked and figs grew upon thorn, some moment when the moon was blood, then surely I was born. With monstrous head and sickening cry and ears like errant wings, the devil's walking parody on all four-footed things. The tattered outlaw of the earth of ancient crooked will. Starve, scourge, deride me. I am dumb. I keep my secret still. Fools, for I also had my hour, one far fierce hour and sweet. There was a shout about my ears and palms before my feet. And the reason I love that one so much is actually if you go to Matthew chapter 21, this poem all of a sudden comes to life from the point of view of the donkey who Christ rode in on Palm Sunday as they were singing Hosanna, Hosanna. And it's from the viewpoint of the donkey, and I just love that one so much because you never think about him. And he was specifically chosen to for the Messiah to ride on his back. And so he was a special little donkey, and I just thought that was so cute. And my other one is by Helen Steiner Rice called Life's Purpose. I love this one. Life without purpose is barren indeed. There can't be a harvest unless you plant seed. There can't be attainment unless there is a goal, and man's but a robot unless there's a soul. If we send no ships out, no ships will come in, and unless there's a contest, nobody can win. For games can't be won unless they are played, and prayers can't be answered unless they are prayed. So whatever is wrong with your life today, you'll find a solution if you'll kneel down and pray. Not just for pleasures, enjoyment, or health, not just for honors, prestige, and wealth, but pray for purpose to make life worth living, and pray for the joy of unselfish giving. For great is your gladness and rich your reward when you make your life's purpose the choice of the Lord. And I just love that one. It's just got purpose to it.
It does.
And that's why it's
Life's
called
Purpose.
Life's Purpose. Okay, so Ashley's going to read hers yet that she wrote that you didn't think. So
This was the first poem I wrote in my counseling school. And it was an outline that they wanted to find out, like this was like the second weekend. And they were like, we want to find out where you're from. Here's a template and you just have to fill in the blanks. I'm like, I don't know how this is going to go. So I'll read it and then explain a little bit on why I chose different things. So it's called I Am From. I am from the couch, from dining room tables and Foldscraft dishes. I am from the beach, with palm trees swaying on a sunny day. I'm from family reunions and home-cooked meals, from grandparents' love and church family. I'm from talking about our day and always laughing. I'm from be kind to others and be obedient. And if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I'm from singing prayers. I'm from Florida and Amish background. Noodles and mashed potatoes at every get-together. I am from wooden figures around every corner, always reminding me where I came from. And so a lot of these things, it comes from my background. So I'm from Amish Mennonite background, so noodles and mashed potatoes, always getting together, Foldscraft, just like all those kind of things are all family reunions and home-cooked meals. It was all part of that. And then one of the things that like really, this is one thing I was like, I have to have in here, was about wooden figures. It sounds a little odd. Whenever I read it to people, they're like, what does that mean? But my mom got it right away, and so did my whole family. We have a lot of like wooden figures from Ecuador all around our house. There's like right over there, there's a guy named Sambo. He's a huge wooden figure. We have like two little ones over there. We have little wooden carvings from people that gave them to my grandparents and my mom and my aunt whenever they were little.
Back from Ecuador.
Yeah, and so that's like a lot of memory there from their time in Ecuador that people gave it as gifts, or it's just a huge memory of being in Ecuador. So just all those fun little things. So it doesn't have to be like something super extravagant. It could just be like a template and just filling the blanks in. And it doesn't even have to rhyme. That's one thing that really hit me.
Yeah, it doesn't have to rhyme.
Doesn't have to rhyme at all.
And you know what? Maybe that's where you could start. We would love if you would share your poems with us. Maybe you can start with an I am from poem and start I am from, and just start writing from there. Start each phrase with I am from, I am from, I am from, and see where it leads you, and then share it with us. Share it with us on our blog, share it with us on our Facebook page, Her Heritage Facebook page, herheritage.org for our blog, and then also, what's our Instagram?
Her Heritage.
Oh, Her Heritage Instagram. And any emails that you'd like to send us, and any moms and daughters out there that are watching this, let us know. We'd love for you to make a video for us and be a part of Her Heritage. It doesn't just have to be about Ashley and I. We've been really trying to do that, where we really want to get others involved. And it just doesn't have to be us. And it doesn't have to be polished. It doesn't have to be perfect. We by no means are in any stretch of the imagination.
And
So.
it could also be like a spoken word, a song. There's so many creative outlets you can do.
Or
besides
just
poetry.
Or just taking a verse from the Bible and writing it and framing it for somebody as a gift, as you're thinking about the holidays approaching, Thanksgiving and Christmas and all the other good things. So we give you a poem challenge. Do an I am from poem or some type of poem, or write a poem for somebody and give it to them. And start thinking about being still and know. Okay, so I would like to read you something before we end up saying goodbye for this episode. And it is, by making decisions to read a good book instead of watching TV, or take a walk instead of playing a video game, you are enlarging the room of your mind. Writing poetry will add floor space and a skylight.
Oh, I like that.
So that's that being still and know, and allow the Lord to just use you to bless somebody through words, just like He blesses us through His word. So write a poem, I am from, or some other kind. Share it with us. We'd love to hear it. Okay.